Welcome to the first module, and this is our foundation where we will start exploring the different concepts and tools of technical analysis. We will start with the core basics and then slowly move into the more advanced features and functions. By the end of this module, we will start putting it together a little bit already, and I will show you how to combine the different concepts and features. And then over the next modules, we will then start looking into the individual patterns, and there you will see how all this connects and how all the pieces and the concepts that you will learn here in the foundation will help you analyze charts and also how to time your trades with our different setups and strategies. The first very important lesson when it comes to understanding price charts is reading price and trend structure. And you will see that once we go over a few markets, over a few charts, that price and trends always follow the same rhythm, and there are a few very specific things that we can look for which will help us understand price, trend, momentum, how buyers and sellers position themselves, and we can also then find those transitioning periods where the market goes from an uptrend into a downtrend, from a downtrend into an uptrend, and those are the things that we look for in this reversal and in this transitioning strategy, where we will time our entries to find those highs and those lows where we can get into trades and where we can then trade transitions. So as we will see, there are always trending markets. We have an uptrend, we have a downtrend, we do have range markets, but you will see that within those trends and within those periods, there are waves and individual trend wave. So when we zoom in a little bit, it becomes clearer. So you can see here on the way up, price does not just shoot up in one straight line, but we follow a very specific rhythm. You can see that we move up, we have a little bit of a retracement, we move higher, we have a little bit of a consolidation sideways, we move further up, then here again price pauses a little bit, a shorter move up, again a little consolidation afterwards where price just goes sideways a little bit against the trend direction, again one impulsive move into the direction of the trend, a little consolidation where price pauses for a moment, again here a final or almost the last trend wave higher. And so those individual moves against or with the trend, they are called trend waves. And when we look at the trend waves that go against the trend, in that case you have an uptrend, and those periods where price just moves sideways or move against the trend direction, those are called pullbacks or retracements. And every good chart analysis should always start by analyzing the trend waves and the pullbacks, and this is a general market theory, and you can see that during an uptrend you will always have higher highs. You can see that the trend waves into the direction of the trend, they will give you higher highs and higher highs here as well. So let me just mark them for you here, and then it will become clearer what I'm talking about. So you can see that each new trend wave puts us a little bit higher here into this uptrend. You can see that each impulse move here, higher, higher high, higher high, and that is what is called market theory or Dow theory. And at the same time, each pullback here or each retracement against the trend is giving us a new low. You can see that when we just mark those points here with our line tool. And so this is a very basic way of looking at price and trend structure, but once you are familiar with trend waves, swing points, so each point here, each high and each low would be called a swing point, and this is the end of a trend wave. And so by analyzing swing points, how the swing highs and the lows and how trend waves shape on your charts, you will be able to read price in a very effective way, very efficient way. And later we will see that just by looking at those highs and lows, we can already gain a lot of information about what is happening here in the price structure, in the market structure. So let me just get rid of that. And you can see that we have been moving here higher during this trend here, but then at the top suddenly something has changed. Here you can see price paused for a long time, whereas previously we just had one candle against the trend, then here a few candles, but nothing too big. But here you can see price paused for a long time. We had a lot of back and forth. That is then here followed by what we call an exhaustion push. So we have one final move higher, which immediately gets rejected here and price falls back. So you can already see that something here in the price, in the trend structure is changing, whereas previously price was always able to push higher very effortlessly. Then here suddenly we have our long consolidation here, where the buyers, they were not able as easily to push price higher. And then here you can see, when we just look at the swing lows here, the structure is then broken. And here is then the first time when we mark that, it will become clear that price is now making a lower low. So you can see here, those are all the lows here on the way up. They are all higher lows here all the way throughout this trending period. And then suddenly here, price breaks this previous low. It makes a lower low, whereas previously here we have seen higher lows. And so that is a first indication that something here is changing in the market structure. Also, we can see here this very long retracement is also pointing towards a change in the market direction. Here we had this exhaustion move, or this exhaustion top. And so you can see how this all fits together, how we can get very detailed insights into this trend structure. And here, of course, this is then the final criteria. When we are breaking the lows, when we are going from higher highs and higher lows to then suddenly going to show lower lows, going to post lower lows, that is a very clear indication that something is changing. We can just follow price, and we can see here on the way down a very similar pattern. We have a trend wave, small consolidation, trend wave, this time a deeper consolidation here, a final trend wave here with a very long consolidation. Again, price was not able to push lower. We have lots of wicks here to the downside, but at no point were the sellers able to push lower here again. And then what have we here? You can see again the very same pattern. You can see we were always making lower lows and lower highs during this downtrend period, but then suddenly here price was then pushing higher. We are making our first higher high here at that point. Once we broke here above that area, you can see that here the high was completed here, which is then way higher than the previous high. And you can also see that now price is also showing us that we are making higher lows. So you can see that here we had lower lows during the downtrend, the final lower low with this local structure, which is a pattern that we will learn later. And then here suddenly we have not only a higher low, not only a higher high, but also a higher low here as well. So, and you can see how this then could have foreshadowed this upcoming bullish trend here after this very nice transition period. And again, so you can see we are just getting started here, the first lesson, but I just want to highlight the importance of looking at the highs and the swing lows. When is the structure broken? When do we go from higher highs and higher lows to lower lows and lower highs? And here also the reverse, once we go from a downtrend to an uptrend. And then you can see once we follow price action, you can again see we are making higher highs, higher lows. And then here suddenly price is not able to push higher as easily. You can see a very long consolidation here, a very strong move against the trade, against the trend, whereas previously price was just able to push higher very easily. Here we have a very deep retracement. Here as well price was not able to push higher as easily. And then here we can see that here was then our final swing high. Here we have then a new swing high, but this time it is a lower high. And you can see how the trend structure is broken. And you can see here in this area we have a lot of what we call confluence, a lot of price action in one area. So you can see we are coming here from this uptrend. Here's our swing low. Then the next time price was not able to push lower, which was not yet a confirmation that the trend direction is changing. Here then we had a very good indication or very good confirmation that the uptrend was over. We are putting in a lower high, and then at that point we were just waiting to see that price is then breaking this area. You can see we did get some type of reversal. We didn't start a very long downtrend, but nevertheless we could have anticipated this change from an uptrend to more or less a sideways market and then to a downtrend. And again, we can just follow price over and over again. We are putting in lower highs and lower lows here then afterwards. And then suddenly here, let me get rid of that first. We can see when is the power shifting. It is shifting here once we are in a downtrend, and we start making a higher high, and then is showing us that we have completed our downtrend. The sellers are not as strong anymore, they are not able to push price lower. We are moving from lower lows and lower highs to here at that point. Once we break this previous high, now we are making a higher high, and you can see that here we had our low, here is then the new low, and so we are making higher highs and higher lows. And again, we are starting a very nice uptrend here after this transition period. Again, this is just a foundation, we are just getting started, but you can see already how this is a very important building block on our way to understanding and dissecting price action and price charts. And that is for now a very good foundation, and I recommend that you just go over charts, you follow the highs and lows to try to understand how the market moves, you get a feeling for the market rhythm. You will become good at that pretty quickly. It is a very simple concept, and if you have any questions, as always, go to our forum, post your screenshots, post your charts, post your questions. We are very happy to help you out.